But I forgot to talk about this. This is one of the reasons why I didn't take this back. So that B&H bag, right? I did a gig last Thursday for it was a nice company, nice event. I actually need to look into when I can post those photos. I need to post more of my own work. I also need to tell y'all where to follow me at on all these damn socials. And one thing that I got, let me bring it out here, show y'all for a second. Y'all could probably see that anyway. I don't know why I did that. So I've been shooting on a 24 millimeter and a 50 millimeter. Hold on, let me just bring this all out. Hold on. We're just gonna do some gear talk, y'all. I want to do some gear talk, right? For those who care. So I have been shooting for the past several years. Actually, I have never owned a zoom lens, for instance. Oh my god, this one's starting to piss me off too. I've never owned a zoom lens. I have only used prime lenses for multiple different reasons, to be quite honest. Don't exactly ask me why, but I've only ever used zoom lenses. I mean prime lenses. Excuse me. Back when I had Nikon, so I first started off with the Nikon D3400. I had the 18 to 55 that they give you. Immediately sold that, by the way. Like that guy was gone pronto because come on, we don't use kit lenses out here, dog. Like if you ever get a camera, by the way, don't keep your kit lens because it's not good enough. So I then had I think I had the 35, a 20, no, I had one. I had a 10 to 20, a Tokina 10 to 20, a uh I had a Tokina 10 to 20, a 35, and a 50. That's what I had when I first was getting started in photography. I am not gonna lie to you guys. Um, those Tamron and Takinas, because I'm blind, because it was a 10 to 20 and a 16. It was one of these guys. I think it was this one. I traded it away once and I got it back. Then it must have been the Tokina. This guy here held me down for so many years. This guy here held me down for so many years, dude. You can get it for 36 bucks. What, it must be for parts? That must be for parts. For parts. Okay. Heavy use. I man, and I started in 2017, right? One of it's only in just good average condition. Excellent plus. Okay. One of the reasons I got it was because I used to shoot a lot of clubs in New York City. And in New York City, if you ever been to the bars and some of the clubs out here, they're tiny, dude. Like they're pretty small. Like they're pretty like skinny. And so when you go in to take photos, you're not getting group shots, you're not getting pictures of people with a 50, a 85, 100 mil. Sometimes even a 24 mil is very tight. Like there are times where 20, like if I bought a 24 mil full frame, and mind you, remember I started on crop sensor. So I started on an APS-C, which is smaller than a full frame. Actually, let me also show you what that looks like because some people might not know. So shooting, dude. So shooting in that sense, even 11 to 16 is basically a 16 to 24 in and of itself, right? So it definitely helps to have that extra space. So this right here. is okay. No, I didn't want to watch the full video, but this right here is essentially what that is. Oh, it's not showing over here. Is it not showing? Oh, you know why? Why does it do that? These are two separate things. These should be two separate things. Why, dude? I know why, but why? All right, let's undo this. Now you jack this guy up. He should be fine. There we go. Yeah. So I don't know why I have these black bars at the top. It just won't stretch, folks. I'm sorry. Like it just doesn't stretch far enough for this to like really be useful per se. Um, like in order for me to stretch it, I have to stretch it outside the bounds, and it just doesn't work. So that's fine. But this here is basically the difference between APS-C and full frame. Um, so you're shooting on the same you're shooting on the same frame on the same lens. You just get a tighter image regardless. And so I'm shooting with the Tokyo 1116. Loved it actually. It was a very good camera for that particular purpose. But I had a Nikon D800, which got waterlogged, unfortunately. And they were like, "Hey, we could do it for like $500." I'm like, you know what? That's the cost of a new Nikon D800 at that particular point. And I had bought this guy the winter before. I got this guy in the January of 2023. No, 2022. 2022, 2021. I don't know. I got this guy in January of some year, right? Because I was getting into more video. Uh, I was using a Fuji. Yes, I had a Fuji SH1 as my video camera. But I kind of didn't like the colors, especially on black people. So instead, what I did was I took this Sony, and at the time it was only like the next step down because it's the A7R3, and the A7 IV had just came out. So I was able to get this at a pretty good deal, traded in pretty much everything that I owned for Fuji to get this guy. Um, and honestly, he has served me so well. I'll show y'all a couple of photos that I took with this guy too in a second. Um, but I got this guy, and then my Nikon got waterlogged, and I was like, I could spend a few $100 to get it fixed, or I could just keep using him. I'm like, it was a newer camera. It was mirrorless. I really do like the feel of a digital single lens reflex camera DSLR. But I was like, I kind of like this guy. He feels good because I had the battery grip, so it felt hefty. He didn't feel small. Actually, I don't even think I've taken this off in years, to be honest. So I got it. Um, and I was like, you know what? F it. So I sold all of my Nikon gear, and I've only been using prime lenses because I do more portraits than I do events. And when I do events, there's usually a specific way, or I'm shooting usually like really large events. I'm usually the B camera, so I get to chill out, or I'm working with somebody that might have another Sony, so like I get to use their stuff. But I have a Tamron 24 2.8, solid. It's holding me down. I think I might time for upgrade on it though. And a classic Sony 50 1.8. Right? It's not the G Master. Neither of these are G Masters. Both of them solid. Held me down. Never had a problem with either one of them. You know what I mean? They're both pretty fast. Autofocus works, etc. However, uh, one of the shortcomings is depending on the space that you're doing a gig in dictates sometimes the gear, right? So if I'm doing a smaller venue, honestly, the 24 is perfect. 35, like 24 to 35 will realistically be what I would do for if I'm shooting an event in like a bar or something like that, right? Or a space very similar to it, a very intimate, close space. You want those wider angles mostly. Maybe like, yeah, 24, 50 max if I'm trying to get like a single close-up shot of like one person. Like you want to frame the shot. So basically like Where is it? So basically, like this is kind of the focal that you want to get. Too close. There you go. It's too close. So this is kind of the focal you might want to get for somebody like at a bar somewhere. Just get a nice away shot or something. But that's not really, what I'm usually working on. Fix that. Come on, 1.3. There we go. So um sorry, hold on. So I knew I was gonna get a gig. Oh, okay. I need a second. So I know I was getting a gig. I knew the location and I've shot in this location before. So I know how big the space can be. So I was like, what do I want to get? What do I want to get? What do I want to get? So my choices were between, like, I was looking at three lenses to get, right? So just bring you guys down here. So my choices, I had a couple of choices. Right? What happened? I hate that it does this, right? Had a couple of choices, but I was looking at the uh Rokinon slash Samyang. Okay. Rokinon slash Samyang 35 to 150. I've shot with the Tamron version of this. It's f2 to f2.8, right? It's f2 to 2.8. It switches at about 70 millimeters or so. It goes from f2 to f2.8, and it's f2.8 all the way through. It is a heavy lens. It is a big boy. But when I tell you that it is pretty fast, it's pretty reliable, and you get a very nice depth of field and you get like a great range. When I tell you you get a great range, I'm talking like you're basically sniping people with the camera, man. Like it is beautiful and gorgeous. I used it as a B camera on a wedding once. Or the thing that I've always wanted, because of the versatility is more useful on like a day to day. The Sigma 24 to 70 2. I think it's the Art 2. So add that in there. And that one is just f 2.8 all the way around. Then I was like, I was looking at price, I was looking at cost, I was looking at, do I want to test something out? Then I was like, what about an 85 millimeter, right? Because I could use it for photos. I could use that for videos a little bit more, especially when you're doing a B cam at a wedding or kind of an event, and you want to just have like something stick on a tripod. Now, granted, this one would have given me that. This one would have been a little too short, but one of the reasons why I looked at another prime was aperture. For my fellow photo video folks out there, that kind of means a lot depending on what you want to do. So what I picked up was and I'm gonna take it back tomorrow to be honest, because like while I enjoy it and I'll probably get it again, the use case for like everyday use, these two I would probably use more often. But this guy is also really nice. This is the Shure 85 mil f 1.4. I'm gonna repeat that again. The Shure 85 millimeter f 1.4. Guys, I I cannot the 1.4 is the part that gagged me, dude. Like that's the part that gagged me. No, that's not the right one. You know what it is? I did this. Right? That's the part that gagged me. Why? Because F 1.4 goes hard. That's so bright, guys. I'm sorry. Why isn't that showing up? The F 1.4 is the part that goes crazy. Why isn't that showing up? Fudge? dude. Okay. Um, there we go. I don't know why I wasn't show up there. So bright. All right, y'all about to get flashbang, folks. I apologize. Okay, there you go. And there's only a handful of ones that kind of. I just want to make sure I was logged into none. There's only a handful of folks that make this kind of one. You get the Sony naturally, the G Masters. This they have a G Master and G Master 2. For the price is 1,700, 1,200. Then Sigma has their art lens. This art lens. Samyang has an 85 millimeter. I'm probably never gonna buy a Samyang one. Um, Broken On has one, which I've heard pretty good things about. Which one is the other one? Uh, there's a company that's been making noise lately. I'm trying to find it. There's a company that's been making noise. It starts with a T, I think. And they've been really, really like kind of giving these guys it's a new third party lens. They've been out of China. They've been giving these guys a run for their money. They've been giving these folks a run for their money. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's been looking dicey for a few of these guys. $85 millimeter for Sony. And it's a third party lens. And like some of the new stuff that they have, like has like additional supports. You could add in what is it? You can change like features and add like text to it. I don't know why I can't find it though. Third party lenses for Sony. Right? So Sigma, Tokina, Viltrox. That's geez, I don't know why I couldn't think of Viltrox. I don't know why they don't show up here. But Viltrox is a company that's been popping off lately. And one of my homeboys has a Viltrox 85 millimeter for his Sony. And it was pretty valid. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a pretty valid photo. The thing that sold me on Sue though is for filming, like filmmaking, I have two Sue cinema lenses. Um, so I kind of trust Sue a little bit. I trust them a lot, to be honest. They're kind of new to the autofocus game. Their first like things that they started putting out were very, very um cinema heavy. So you gotta like actually pull focus to like make sure things look good for you. Sorry. Kind of like my lips a lot, dude. Um, and I was like, you know what, let's give him a shot. Let's give him a shot. I'm not even gonna hold you. I cannot tell a lie. A brother cannot tell a lie. The photos out of this guy is smooth, right? Like it has a nice aperture ring. Wait, it has a nice aperture ring, so it's not like controlled in the camera itself, but you control it here, which is good if you're doing photo and video. Actually, is it auto? I didn't realize it was an auto aperture ring, right? And it clicks. I don't think you'll be able to hear the click. Hold on. I don't think you can hear the click. Let's see. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but that click goes hard, dude. But also if you're like on a film set, right? And like let's say you're using this as your film camera, film lens on a shoot, you can declick the aperture ring and it's so smooth. It is smooth. It is smooth, right? And like if you want to turn the autofocus, because there's a switch here, there's a switch for autofocus, manual focus. If you want to turn that guy off and just use it for autofocus or manual focus, and like basically you can add a little ring here, put it on top of a gimbal or follow focus system that you have. The only detriment to that though is like unlike most cine lenses, it doesn't have a stopping point for the focus. So it just keeps going and going and going. Um there is no endpoint basically. So which means like if you are pulling focus, you got to be mindful. There's an autofocus lens, autofocus that you can then program inside of your Sony to do whatever you want. I don't use that button ever on any lens. I think that's the only one I have that has it. But I've had lenses in the past that have. I don't use them. I don't use it to be quite honest. Um, and I genuinely enjoyed the quality that I got out of that camera. Like when I like legitimately the quality was so good. F1.4 is hits. F1.4 hits, y'all. Like I don't know how to better say that. It's almost a smooth like it is such a short focal plane that it is pretty difficult to like even consider like how precise that is. Did I pause? I didn't pause. Okay. Why is the music not playing? That's a long end point, right? I'm trying to see if I could bring up a version of something. Ba, ba, da, da, ba. Okay, let's see if I can put that link in here. Let me show you. Oh, what the hell? See if I can show you guys a photo. So I used it for two events last weekend. I literally took an event last weekend because I would have the opportunity to use it, right? Yep. So I'm not going. So why does it keep moving everything? It's actually getting really annoying. I gotta fix this after. But yeah, so like a few of these I took with the 85 and like look at that background, dude. That background is just so butter. Like so much butter, right? And I didn't take everything with it, so I think I probably switched to probably the 50 here maybe. Um like that was 85. This is solid. Like this is now for an event like this, I probably would have used a 35 to 150 and then taken the 24 with me for like any wide big group shots. But when I say genuinely speaking, like the colors came out better than I expected. That was blurry. Um like what's in and out of focus is so good. This one, come on, y'all. Like, look at that background. Like, honestly, I would keep this for headshots. Like, I genuinely would probably keep this around for headshots, to be quite honest. See if I move this. Okay. If I move this here, does it change the color? It does a little bit. Okay, I just wanted to check something on that. Um, so yeah, so like I genuinely enjoyed it. Uh I just don't know if I'm gonna keep it. Like as I'm looking at these pictures, I'm like, damn, I might actually really want to keep this. Like I'm low key and find reasons to shoot with it. My business partner is in out of town for the festival, one of the festivals our short film is in, and so like the person I would usually shoot with isn't around. But you know what? I have something tomorrow. I have something on Saturday, and I think that I can find an excuse to use this on Saturday. I think I have an excuse for Saturday. I can make one up. Um, all right. I don't know because this happened to me before, right? I think this might be a right. Arcane, you a bot? Because you're watching, but you don't have headphones. So I don't know how this is gonna work. Because somebody came here before or something like that. But yeah. So legitimately, I enjoy it, and genuinely. Um, I also love the fact that it's a 67 millimeter thread. So basically, if you're ever going to use filters for it, like here, it's the same size as the Cinelens. So the Cinelens that I have filters for it, so I can just share the filters, right? And let's take a look at what Sirui has to offer. So we're going to Sirui. Um, so we're gonna go to lenses. No, go away. And we're gonna go to Aurora because that's what these are. These are Aurora lenses. And right now it looks like they only have the 85 mil. Okay. So they only have the Aurora lenses so far for 85 millimeter. And they have it for the Sony E, Fuji X, Nikon Z, and Leica L. But nothing else. Which kind of a little disappointing. Like I was hoping they would have a little bit more. Not letting go. Oh, right. I'm not gonna get into all this optical stuff because I don't really care about it. For me, all that doesn't matter. Does it look good? Does it feel nice? Great. We'll use it. If not, go away. Um, but it seems like that's the only one I have. I have so many, but I have other lenses. I have so many. Oh, thank you, Arcane, for the follow. But I have two night worker lenses. There's a couple more that I want to get, and I do want some anamorphic lenses. I just don't know which ones. We'll probably, you know what? Maybe tomorrow we'll do some research because I want to know what the difference is um between the 1.6, 1.3, 1. Like what are the different crop factors, and why would anybody need an anamorphic adapter? So that might be something I might look into tomorrow as well. Uh, But yeah, nah, it's valid, dog. It's such a valid lens. I'm debating on if I want to take it back or not, to be honest. So I kept everything. I kept the receipt uh, just in case I do want to take it back. So I have it, but we'll see. We'll see. Because I could use this money to go get the other cameras, the other lenses that I want anyway. So